Well, guys, this is interesting as good old-fashioned race-baiting woke ESPN, who did not want to give Caitlin Clark any flowers last season, and we all know why. They want to use her name all of a sudden for clickbait and still not even give Caitlin Clark any appreciation in the video. You guys see here ESPN facing backlash for Caitlin Clark move before NCAA tournament. So apparently, guys, ESPN is gearing up for, of course, March Madness, where we know that this is huge for college basketball. And upon Diana Taurasi's retirement, it seems like they had a segment called "Is Caitlin Clark the greatest of all time in college basketball?" I mean, right off the bat, that's really already a reach. One, you know, the Caitlin Clark name is going to draw so much attention. Two, seriously, we cannot literally say someone is the greatest college basketball player of all time in women's sports when she isn't even retired. She's literally in her second year as a pro, and you have to still give homage and respect to all of the former great WNBA players and Hall of Famers who did phenomenal things to even improve the sport before Caitlin Clark got there. That's first and foremost. And ESPN knows, obviously I'm a content creator. I know what's going to get clicks. I know it's going to get likes because everything is about drama. And of course, her fan base is going to be controversial because they don't play about Caitlin Clark, and it's going to drive ratings. So ESPN knows exactly what they're doing. However, they may not be as smart as they think they may be. Fans who watched the entire 10-minute segment took issue with one particular part of the video regarding the Iowa Hawkeyes legend. According to the video description, the conversation was sparked by the recent retirement of former UConn and WNBA star Diana Taurasi. In their final top five, Taurasi was joined by fellow Huskies Breanna Stewart, NCAA champions, and Tennessee's Candace Parker, and USC's Cheryl Miller. Now, you guys see here where it says Clark did not crack the top five, despite finishing her Iowa career with more points than all of them, right? You guys see that. So basically, this video generated more than 200,000 views on their social media posts, compared to the roughly 4,000 views the video got on YouTube in the first 4 hours on Sunday. The YouTube comments were filled with backlash for ESPN for using Caitlin Clark's name and not putting her on the list. So here's that video.
Love Caitlin, love how she's transcended the game. I'm not going to go away from that, but in the open, we said, what makes a top five player? Winning. The only strike against Caitlin Clark is that she has not won a national championship. And that is the only thing that you can put against her. And through a direct reflection of her skill set, but how can you be a top five player if you have not won a title?
Now we can understand why these fans feel the way that they feel, because truth of the matter is they had no intentions of putting Caitlin Clark as a top five player. I mean, I don't even follow women's sports or college basketball. I wouldn't even do that without thoroughly doing my research and understanding the rules, the stats, and obviously the time errors. Like, you have to just pay homage. That's with anything. I can't just be the new guy and assert myself as top best anything without analyzing the game for where it is now and where it was then. But this is what happens with ESPN, man. They're so desperate. They only want to use you when they want to use you. I personally am not fond of ESPN. I can't stand Ryan Clark. I can't stand all these people that use race or skin color as any freaking content. Like, I'm just strongly against that. But guess what? There is no Angel Reese to talk about right now. Obviously, she is nowhere near the player that Caitlin Clark is. And they know that Caitlin Clark's name sells. Her brand sells. She's literally the golden goose. So they draw you in only to give you a bunch of word soup about nothingness, which is why fans are saying stuff like this. Can't make clicks without putting Caitlin Clark in a title and on a thumbnail, LOL. And that's exactly why she's the GOAT. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's safe to say that most people believe this too. You can't even make it up at this point. ESPN is such a major network, and they even know how to use Caitlin Clark at their own disperse. And it also continues. ESPN puts out a 10-minute video ranking all-time college players. They say Caitlin can't be ranked in the top five, yet the title is Caitlin Clark the greatest of all time in college basketball? To form engagement and hate. Hey man, that's what ESPN does. Typical race baiting, want to divide the fan base, and they want us to go at one another about things that simply just don't matter. ESPN is such a joke. Ever since they leaned into being about clickbait over real sports talk, total joke, sad stuff, but also wildly hilarious in a way. Which makes me think, man, the whole Disney and ESPN collab, eventually, man, it's gonna not be able to work. I think that the tides are shifting in this country alone, and I just feel like enough is enough. I mean, they want to promote things that are just really aren't as interesting to me or the general public. If it's not about sports, then why discuss it? It's always got to be these hidden motives or hidden agendas or just whatever. Me personally, I also think that they just hired so many people that everybody's trying to get a piece of the pie, so they have to stretch these topics. They have to make things about nothing. I miss the old ESPN when it was legit. If Caitlin Clark isn't in contention because she didn't win the NCAA championship, then why are you clickbaiting us with the title to this show? Very disingenuous ESPN, getting views and trashing CC. Let's not forget Iowa was Big Ten championships and made it to the finals 2 years in a row. That isn't easy. Exactly, but you can continue to expect this out of ESPN because that's just what they're good at. They want to divide and conquer to whoever is going to give them the most viewership, which is why most people actually still tune into ESPN, because they have to feed into a certain demographic, which you guys can read between the lines. You know exactly what I'm saying. But this is the desperation, and I personally think that ESPN needs to do a complete shakedown. They need to get rid of a lot of unnecessary talent. They need to stop hiring people because of word of mouth, and they need to go back to the good old days. ESPN was actually a brand where people actually wanted to hear true sports. It doesn't even have the same feel, not even the background music, not even the famous, not anything. It's just whack, and for some reason, they just don't hear the fans crying. They don't want to believe that fans are tired of all the shenanigans. You guys let me know what y'all think about ESPN using Caitlin Clark's name as clickbait. Drop those comments in the comment section. And if you found any value to my video, I ask that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because that really helps your boy. And I want you guys to be the first ones to hear my videos. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.